well, we are back with the M54 rebuild. Tonight we're going to be disassembling the rest of the engine. We have it torn down to where I have felt comfortable. I have not gone any deeper into this engine than where it is sitting right now. This will not be a comprehensive teardown and rebuild like I've stated in the past. I will continue to link the channel that I use, which is the 50s Kid and shoplifeTV. I have back here with me again my cousin David, who will be helping me out through this process.
So referencing back to Jordan's unboxing video, we got all the parts already here from ECS Tuning, and they have an extra shirt that fit me, which I greatly appreciate. I've always liked ECS Tuning. We're definitely going to be going back to them because they're treating us great and all their parts are high quality. Never hear any bad stories about them. So this is how your Vanos works. As the crank starts turning, you'll see this chain turn, and the oil pressure would suck those in. What it allows it to do is, as the crank turns, it allows the angle of this sprocket to change in relation to the cam, to change the timing of the cam based on where those are. All right, so we've got the bottom of the engine off. We've got the oil pan all completely apart. And what we're going to be doing is, here are the piston rod journals. And as you can see, they've got a little number stamped in them, but it's all the same number. It's a part number. What we have to do is, when we take these off, they have to go back on in the exact same place and the exact same orientation. So you've got piston 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to mark a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and the direction to the front of the engine, which is this side. So we'll basically put a number and an arrow. So when we put these back on, it's the exact same one in the exact same position in the exact same orientation. We'll also do that on the cam or the crankshaft journals, because they are the same way. They have to go in the same place in the same direction, and that's these here. And they hold the crank in place. Now some of them have a number on them already, but they're not consistent and they don't go all the way through. So we need to make sure that we get a number on every single one and an orientation on every single one.
Finally got the head off. It was a lot easier than what I was thinking it was going to be, considering the fact this is our first M54 rebuild we've done. It is a little bit dirtier in here than I thought it was going to be. There is a lot of carbon buildup in here, which is actually a good thing.
What it indicates is that this car that the motor came out of was driven slowly in city traffic. It was used as a cruiser, as a tour. It was a Z3, so top down, cruise around. You only get clean pistons if you're running it hot and hard. And since we have dirty pistons, it means it was run slow and easy for most of its life, at least the last part of its life up until then. And also, you can see in here that the original surfacing of the cylinders is still visible, which means no appreciative wear on the cylinders. They're in great shape. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to flip the motor over. We're going to take off the rods that we've previously marked. We're going to take all the pistons out, and then we're going to take the crankshaft out.
All right, so we appreciate you sticking around this long. No, it wasn't super exciting watching all of our time lapses of us pulling the engine apart, but at this point, we have just the engine block sitting here with the crank journal still in there. We're gonna be taking this over to the machine shop to get these cylinders homed out. Also make sure that the journals are perfectly round. We'll also be taking the crankshaft over there to make sure that it is also perfectly round and there is no wear that needs to be taken care of.